Act 3, Scene 1. This is a short scene wherein we have the scene begins with Salarino and Salanio talking to each other about Antonio's shipwreck. Shipwreck means destruction of the ship. They are trying to confirm and affirm whether news what they heard about the shipwreck is true or not. And it is confirmed. It would mean that Antonio will be in trouble because according to the oath, if Antonio does not give back the money borrowed in his name by Bassanio, then Antonio has to give as penalty a pound of flesh from any part of Antonio's body to Shylock. Given the situation now, wherein his ships have been wrecked, Antonio will not be in a position to pay him back. Therefore, he will be in trouble. While they were discussing about this, Shylock enters the scene and they ask Shylock whether he heard this news about Antonio. Shylock is extremely happy to hear about the shipwreck of Antonio's ship. But at the same time, he is also sad because his daughter Jessica had just eloped with Lorenzo. So Shylock is asking Salarino and Salanio whether they have any news about Jessica and Lorenzo. And they say, though we have some information, till they left the scene, now we do not know where they are. And Salarino and Salanio would ask Shylock why he is so hard on Antonio. Then Shylock delivers a universal human speech wherein he says every human person is the same everywhere. Everybody has got his own pains and his own difficulties, and everyone has a right to take revenge when he is pained. So when Shylock is trying to justify his future action, a servant comes in to inform that Antonio is looking for Salarino and Salanio, so they leave the scene. Then Tubal enters the scene. Tubal is another moneylender, a close associate of Shylock. Then there is a conversation between Tubal and Shylock. Shylock asks Tubal whether he has got some news about Jessica and Lorenzo because he has been searching for them. Then Tubal gives some information about Jessica and Lorenzo. He says Jessica has been found in such and such a place, and I found her spending a lot of money on things. So when Shylock hears about this, he is pained because he is a man who is madly in love with his wealth, and all his wealth has been ransacked by Jessica, and she is very generously spending it. But Tubal also gives him some good news that Antonio's ships have been wrecked. When he hears about the ship being wrecked, Shylock is overjoyed, extremely happy. So Tubal gives these news items one after another. One good news, good news, one bad news. And the end of scene 1, Act 3, Shylock requests Tubal to arrange an officer so that he can go ahead with the case to penalize Antonio. That is scene 1 of Act 3. Now we shall start. Act 3, Scene 2. Act 3, Scene 2 is of utmost importance, dear students, because the story of Cascades comes to its climax in this scene. We know that the drama Merchant of Venice has a few stories combined together. First you have the Bond story, then you have the casket story, then you have the trial scene, and in between you have the ring episode. So Bond story, casket story, ring episode, and you have the trial scene. So this scene, Act 3, Scene 2, is a climax of casket story. The casket story which had already started, and we were proceeding with it. You are seeing in Act 2, Scene 7 and Scene 9. There are 3 scenes as regards the caskets, concerned only about caskets, 3 scenes. Act 2, Scene 7, Act 2, Scene 9, and Act 3, Scene 2. In Act 3, Scene 7, we have seen how the Prince of Morocco is making his choice. The Prince of Morocco, after having examined every casket, he chooses the golden casket. Unfortunately, when he opened it, it contained a skull. So he had to go back to his place. Then we have Act 2, Scene 9, the Prince of Aragon making his choice. The Prince of Aragon chooses a silver casket, and in it there was the picture of an idiot. So he too fails. Now we have the climax of the casket scene, wherein Bassanio is going to make that choice. This scene is also important because there is another sideline behind this main story. There is another love story. The main love story is between Portia and Bassanio. There are 2 other love stories. One is between Jessica and Lorenzo. That's already settled. They have eloped. Now the third pair, Graciano and Nerissa, they also will be getting married in this scene. And the third importance of this scene is that towards the end of the scene, Jessica and Lorenzo come back and give the information about the shipwreck of Antonio. They confirm that the ships have been wrecked, destroyed, and Antonio is rendered bankrupt. Therefore, this scene is of great importance. Now we shall begin. The scene opens wherein Portia, Nerissa, Bassanio, Graciano, all these four are present. Portia welcomes Bassanio and she says, don't be in a hurry to make the choice. There are some beautiful stories, beautiful words Shakespeare introduces. Portia tells Bassanio, tarry. Tarry. Tarry means to wait. You should wait. Pause. Day or two. Pause means a short stop. Pause a day or two. After that, you can make the choice. For where? For where? For a while. For where? A while. For where? A while. These are the three terms Portia uses. Tarry, pause, forbear. What she wants to convey is, don't be in a hurry to make the choice. Wait. You need to make the right choice. In order to make the right choice, you need to decide slowly. Therefore, don't be in a hurry to make the choice. Then Portia says, I am unable to help you. I can teach you. I can teach you, but I am not able to teach you because I am forsworn. Because I am forsworn. F-O-R-S-W-O-R. I am forsworn. That is, I am bound by an oath. I am bound by an oath. I am forsworn. I have made a promise to my father that I shall not reveal anything as regards the choice of the casket to anyone until they make the choice. Therefore, though I can teach you, I am unable to teach you. If you are lucky and you are able to win me, I will be the happiest. Then, in order to express her great love for Bassanio, she says, your eyes have cast a spell on me. Cast a spell. Your eyes have cast a spell on me. Spell means something like magic, a charm. Something your eyes have charmed me and divided me into two equal portions, and one portion belongs to you, another portion belongs to me. Half belongs to you and half belongs to me. But whatever is mine is yours. Therefore, my entire self belongs to you. You may find it difficult to follow. It's very important. Portia says, your eyes have cast a spell on me and divided me into two. One half belongs to you, another half belongs to me. But what belongs to me also belongs to you because I love you so much and whatever I have is yours. Therefore, my entire self belongs to you. She further makes it clear, saying that bars have been set between us two. You want to make the right choice, and there is a hindrance because you do not know which is the right casket. And if you make the right choice, I will be yours. So what is the meaning of the entire thing is that even though I belong to you fully, I am still not yours because you are yet to make the choice. Only when you make the right choice, I will be yours. If you make the wrong choice, I will not be yours. I love you so dearly, therefore I don't want to miss you. Wait, tarry, pause, so that you will be able to make the right choice.